Certainly during the Afghan campaign that the Canadian Army was involved in, we were certainly training for the war. So it was clearly a defined counterinsurgency type war that we were getting involved in. Whereas right now the full spectrum of conflict is open to what we could be involved in or whatever the Canadian government may be asking us to get involved in. So I would say as a baseline, we always train for the worst case scenario, which is full spectrum ops, full offensive and defensive combat. And essentially that is what you're seeing here during Exercise Maple Resolve. This is the baseline that all soldiers and all formations need to go through. And certainly we can then, as an Army, ratchet back our tempo or the way that we conduct our operations. As long as we've been trained to the worst case scenario, it's easy for us to transition to other types of operations. What we do is we bring in real civilian actors who have a background in the type of environment that we've actually created here in Camp Wainwright. So we bring these actors in and they play the real role of the police chiefs, the town mayors, the local baker, the butcher, you name it, so that like for the scenarios that we've gone through here, we've had a few towns that have been encircled by the enemy and they've established their defensive positions, and it's of the utmost importance that our forces take that into account, try and get into those towns ahead of time to either sway the population to ensure that they're on their side. So we do that through a variety of mechanisms, whether that be through leaflet drops, whether that would be through information campaigns, or getting somebody in to have a direct meeting with the local population. And certainly we do the exact same thing after we've gone through a battle or a conflict at a certain point in time. As long as we train to the full spectrum or to the right-hand side of that spectrum and how we can actually enable or use those enablers to achieve the upper hand against the enemy, then I think it certainly helps us.